Now this jetty here on the right is where the Royal Yacht Britannia used to be moored up when she was in service with the royal family. Now that large building you can see over there with all the windows in is Semaphore Tower. Semaphore Tower is home to the Queen's Harbour Master, or the QHM for short. And they have total control of all vessel movements in and around this harbour, from the smallest little lifeboat, rowing boat, right up to the largest across channel ferry. They do this by means of radar, CCTV, VHF radio, telephone, and they also have at their disposal some Ministry of Defence police launches, heavily armed police, that patrol this harbour 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you look to the back of it, you'll see one of these little police launches tucked away in there. Note also that set of stairways there known as the King's Stairs Jetty. Down that stairway, Commander Buster Crabbe took his last steps. Dressed in a full dive suit, he went to dive between two visiting Russian warships. No one knew at the time, but the President of Russia was on board one of those warships. Commander Crabbe was never seen again. We accused the Russians of foul play. They accused us of spying, but they always denied any involvement in his disappearance. The 32 here, HMS Daring, the Daring radars, look at her radar. The brown ball with the spikes sticking out the top, and if you like the flat screen TV on the back mast. That is her Samson radar. It can track up to 1,000 objects at a time. More impressively, 300 golf ball size objects, travelling at speeds of up to Mach 3 in a 3D picture all at once. HMS Illustrious here, an invincible class aircraft carrier. Unfortunately, she will never fly the Harrier jump jets. Earlier this year, the government decided to take them out of service. So for the next 10 years, whilst they build our new aircraft carriers, she will be for a helicopter platform. I happen to know that she's in preparation to set sail in Libya, where she's going to relieve HMS Ocean, and she will take over the duties of our airstrike, selected military target of about 1,000 people. 650 or so of these of Royal Navy, the rest of Fleet Aero. L3008 here is the Mounts Bay, and she is an L3, a landing platform dock. She has a crew complement of 200, vessel weight 16,600 tons. This vessel can partially submerge itself under the water. The reason she does this is on her stern,
big ones, George. Big ones.
Just notice crew are up on the top deck. They brought a selection of hot and cold drinks, bar snacks for you. You got a chance actually to look at the door I was on about on the Mounts Bay there. That door goes lowered right into the water, and as I said, you can literally drive your boat inside, pick up the equipment, fire and garage values for the Royal Navy today, and these little frigates generally are kitted out for the role of anti-submarine warfare. Now, I won't mention too much about this one in particular because there's two more around the next corner which I can get up a little bit closer to. But notice her superstructure. She's split into three distinct sections known as fire breaks. The theory is, if one of those sections gets or catches fire, they can shut it down top to bottom, sealing it off from the rest of the ship, deal with the blaze, and allow the rest of the ship to carry on with its duties. D98 over there is a Sheffield class Type 42 batch-3 destroyer. On her bow, 4.5-inch cannon, fully automatic, self-loading, accurate range of 13 miles. Just in front of the bridge, or wheelhouse, folded down at the moment, they are the twin robotic arms on her Sea Dart missile system, with a range of 73 miles. She's got two 30mm cannons on board, but notice that white pillbox next to the funnel. There's one either side. That is a radar-guided Gatling gun known as a Vulcan Phalanx Gatling gun, and that sprays out up to 3,200 20mm titanium-tipped shells at a range of 1,500 metres, firing the shells in a pattern that literally sets up a wall of steel between the ship and any incoming missile. missile or aircraft. It is the ship's last line of defence. Now that red and white ship there is the A173 Protector. She is our new ice patrol vessel. Replacing the damaged and aging Endurance, she's been leased to a Norwegian company for the next 5 years. She was only commissioned into the Navy last month. That green-coloured ship there is the Shamikh, built entirely over in those sheds of BAE Systems. Another 2 sister ships, exactly the same as her, are being completed as I speak, and they've been ordered by the Omani Royal Navy. Now let's go back to the daring class Type 45, 152.4 metres long, weighing 7,350 tonnes. On her stern she can take Sea Lynx, Sea Merlin or Sea King helicopters. Now in this protrusion sticking out here where that guy's waving, that's where the Vulcan Phalanx Gatling gun will go, one either side. You can see she's got her 30mm cannons fitted. In that square box there with diamond written on the side, that is a missile silo housing 42 Aster 15 and Aster 30 missiles. And that 4.5-inch cannon there can pump out more firepower than a complete broadside from a World War II destroyer. They haven't fitted the Tomahawk cruise missiles to her yet. She has a crew complement of 190, but there's accommodation space on board for 235. This vessel is so modern, there is even docking stations for the crew's iPods. 3 frigates. And this is the Iron Duke, and she literally, her and her sister ship, the Richmond, literally only came back into port on Thursday morning, 10 o'clock. She's just returned fresh back from Libya. Thursday morning, there were hundreds of wives, girlfriends to greet their loved ones back from their 6-month tour over there in Libya. Now while she was over there, she took out some shore batteries, and at night she used her forward gun to fire star shells to light up selected military targets. Now look here, she's got 2 30mm cannons. Just above where it's written Iron Duke in gold, you can see 2 tubes sticking out the side of the vessel. These are magazine-fed torpedo tubes. There's 2 either side. Now those big tubes there, there's 4 either side, they are her Harpoon missiles. In that box are 30 Sea-Wolf missiles, and that 4.5-inch cannon on the bow. But quickly look to the stern of the Richmond. Can you see that yellow object there? That is her sonar drone, as I said to you. They're sub-hunters. That is lowered over the stern of the vessel, towed behind it, and it is that that sends out the sonic pulses that hunts down the enemy submarines. As you can see there, they've got a diver about to go into the water there. Now just ahead of us and off to the right there, now you can see the old Gloucester, only decommissioned a fortnight ago. She's exactly the same Sheffield class Type 42 Batch 3 destroyer as New York. Astern of her, the old Manchester, decommissioned a couple of months ago now. It really is quite sad at the moment, folks, how many of our Royal Naval vessels are being decommissioned and how few are being built to replace them. But you do get a good opportunity now to look at the old Ark Royal, no longer HMS, decommissioned in December last year. Now at the moment we know that she's on the military equivalent of eBay, and they're looking for between £2 and £3 million scrap value for her. There are 2 rumours going around Portsmouth at the moment. One is they want to tow her up to the River Thames and use her as a helicopter landing platform for next year's Olympic Games. The other rumour is that the consortium wishes to buy her. They wish to tow her her up the River Thames, but turned her into a casino, nightclubs and restaurants. Folks, a couple of months ago now, we had the second biggest American aircraft carrier in the world, the George H.W. Bush, moored up outside Portsmouth Harbour. One, she's too big to fit in the harbour. Two, she's nuclear, she's not allowed in the harbour. And I brought some of the American guys on this little harbour tour. And when they saw the Ark Royal, and they finished laughing at her, we decided to swap a few facts and figures. They said, how long is the Ark Royal? I told them 210 metres. The George H.W. Bush was 337 metres.